Ontario Premier Doug Ford says he's outraged by what he heard from Donald Trump today. Officials across the country were watching to see if Trump imposed tariffs on Canada in his first day on the job. That didn't happen. But Ford says Trump made it clear he's focused on Canada and Ontario. Al Sweeney has the latest.
Ford says this version of Trump in his second term as president is more aggressive than Trump 1.0. He says Trump has a massive mandate this time, and he's coming after his closest ally, Canada, with tariffs, and particularly Ontario's huge manufacturing economy. In his speech, Trump did not say he's going to put 25% tariffs on Canada on day one, as he'd threatened. But he likes the idea of tariffs.
I will immediately begin the overhaul of our trade system to protect American workers and families. Instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens.
Trump is starting with a review of Canada-U.S. trade.
Make no mistake about it, he's coming for us.
Premier Doug Ford says Trump is just creating more uncertainty, but has made it clear he wants to undermine businesses in countries like Canada and move jobs to the U.S.
He did say that he's going to apply tariffs across the board, and I feel he's going to be targeting Canada, specifically Ontario, because we're the manufacturing might, and it's very concerning.
Ford said he's ready to retaliate, starting by cutting off sales of American alcohol.
And have sent a direction to the LCBO, these tariffs come, to clear off every bit of U.S. alcohol off the shelves. For the largest purchaser of alcohol in the entire world, they will feel the pain.
Prime Minister Trudeau has also threatened Trump with counter tariffs.
We will not hesitate to act.
But today, Trudeau congratulated Trump and said, "We have the chance to work together again to create more jobs and prosperity for both our nations." While Alberta Premier Danielle Smith, who's trying to prevent Canada from imposing retaliatory export tariffs on Alberta oil and gas, called Trump's speech promising, saying he's demonstrated they're willing to give us time to deal with border issues. But she also said the threat of U.S. tariffs is still very real, and Canada should refrain from further talk of retaliatory measures. Premier Ford says he's facing 4 years of battling Trump and will need an election to fight him.
I need a clear mandate from the people of Ontario to fight against these tariffs, to make sure that we have a loud voice.
While the opposition says an election would add to uncertainty in a difficult time.
This is a government that has a majority. There is no need for him to go to the polls other than to save his own job.
So Ford isn't setting any dates for an election yet, but he says Trump's proposed tariffs would be a disaster, and he has to be prepared to fight to protect Ontario jobs. His comments come as a new poll shows him with a growing lead over the other parties in the legislature.